William Morrow and HarperAudio present An Irish Summer, a novel, by Alexandra Paige, performed by Sarah Mollo-Christensen. To the Emerald Isle, to letting go, and to finding love in unexpected places. Chapter 1. Today was going to be a good day. The weather was unseasonably warm for early May. I had just enough oat milk left in the fridge to make a latte, and my favorite jeans were clean and folded on the top of the pile. And when I got downstairs to work, the lobby of the bed and breakfast was quiet enough that I could spend some time organizing the vendors we had on file and preparing the invoices for the banquet we were hosting next week. Any day that I had extra time to spend on events was a good day, especially when that day started with a cloudless, sunny sky and the perfect coffee. I was on cloud 9, which is exactly where life wants you to be before it swoops in and pulls the rug out from under you. Chels, do you have a second? Helen, the owner, materialized in the lobby with a wrinkle between her eyebrows. Yeah, of course, I said, getting to my feet. Is everything okay? I closed out of the tab I was working on and came out from behind the desk, following her into her office. The last time I followed Helen into this office was when I applied for this job 6 years ago. In the time since, we'd conducted all our business at the reception desk, in the small dining room, or in front of the bay window in the lounge. She motioned for me to sit as Jack, her husband, entered the room and closed the door behind him. "What's going on?" I asked, frantically looking between them and hoping someone was going to speak before I started to assume the worst. "We're closing O'Shea's. In a month," Helen said. It was the last thing I heard before my blood was thundering so loud in my ears I missed everything else. The room started to spin, and I felt for a second like I might pass out. It was only when Jack reached out and touched my shoulder that I came back into my body and tuned back in. "The choice is yours, Chelsea," Helen said as she slid a brochure across the table, the words "The Wanderer" printed in emerald green across the top, stopping just short of my folded hands. I grabbed it by the corner, if only to stop myself from picking my cuticles, but I had no intention of opening it. "I don't understand," I said. "You're just closing O'Shea's? Can you even do that?" I supposed I knew they could, but I was reeling. I'd need to hear the spiel a few times before any of it could register. I'd been working and living at this bed and breakfast since I graduated from college, and I hadn't even considered the possibility that it might not be an option someday. And that day was apparently a month from now. Jack rubbed the back of his neck, searching for something to say, then reached for Helen's hand.
"It's a lot, we know,"
he said eventually.
"But we're getting old, and we can't run the inn forever, so when the opportunity to sell came around, well, it was the right choice, I'm afraid."
He exhaled all at once, and I wished I could do the same. "You didn't want to just, hire someone new to run it?" "Like me," I refrained from adding aloud. "Or sell it to someone who planned to keep it as an inn?"
"Unfortunately, what's best is full closure,"
Helen said, though it sounded like she'd practiced that line before this conversation, which I suppose was possible. Given how long we'd known one another, it was likely the O'Sheas could have predicted exactly how this was going to go. If only I could have been so lucky. "And you're selling the whole building?" I clarified, knowing it was true but hoping it wasn't. "My apartment included?" Helen and Jack exchanged a glance, as if wordlessly trying to determine which of them had to drop the hammer. In the end, Helen lost.
"Yes,"
she said, not quite meeting my eyes.
"Your apartment included."
After a beat, she spoke again.
"But you don't have to be out for another month, so you have some time."
Time to do what, exactly? I wasn't sure. I didn't need time. I needed a job, and a place to live, and a month was hardly time at all.
"You've been the best employee."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?